Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys. Hello, hello. There we go. We're live. Alrighty. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? I think so. Okay. All right. Yeah, some of the questions already. We have 11 more episodes to go. I think 11th. So in 2 days, we have our next episode, which is on Spice Goa. Do watch it. It's a little bit different than what we've covered so far because it's very specific to a certain region of Goa. So yeah, do watch it. It's coming out 7:30 as usual on the 11th. All right, your channel got recommended to me last month. A Gambit. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's been a really slow go for us. Today is 1 year. That's why we're doing this special. Unfortunately, Shanky was on the IG live, Instagram live, but YouTube is making that easy for two people in different places. And our upload speed where I am is a little bit slow. So as tried as I must, it didn't work. Next question. Vivek Vishwanath. Keep going and growing, guys. Thank you, Vishwanath. We hope so. We hope so. A lot of good things happening, but first we gotta remain safe through this pandemic, right? It's just so many people within our friend circle are unwell and in really critical situations. So you guys stay safe. Don't get out. Do you know? Now is the time to sit and consume content. We have 11 more episodes for you guys, so it'll keep coming. On time. Thank you. Yeah, we managed to get it on time, but we couldn't get Shanky on because of the latency. Hey man, this is Inderjeet. Love your raw videos. Thank you. We try to keep it as we what you see is what who we are. It's everything is really raw upfront. Obviously, it goes through an edit process, but yeah, thank you. Do you think working with your cousin improves the dynamic, or there are times when you wish they're working with someone else? No, I don't think I would want to work with anybody else at all. Shanky and I are cousins, but more so than just cousins. Uh, we're people who really get along. We really love food. We really love to travel. And we have different opinions. I mean, if we agreed on everything, then it wouldn't make sense, right? You don't want to, don't you have enough shows in the world where everybody's just happy and everybody loves everything and everything is so polished? So no, we have our disagreements, but makes it all the more fun. And in the end, we just giggle about it. When are you guys coming back to Mumbai from Purvi Monoth, starting here? We will, man. I mean, we just did a and it was so super quick. We shot everything in 5 days. So it was a learning for us. We had partnered with the production company who helped us through the process, and they were sort of guiding us through it. So now that we have learned a little bit more, we'll explore a little wider than what we did in the first time, and definitely get out to other parts of Bombay. I know there were some complaints about we got stuck to certain areas. That's also because we were limited to time. The pandemic was just starting. Um, Evolve, a big fan of your vlog. Love from Germany. Dankeschön. So we prefer not to be in the vlog sort of category, to be honest. We're in the process of turning this into a proper TV show, and also have content go out on YouTube. So thank you. The video quality is kind of bad. I really can't help it, guys. It's just everything right now. The connections are really bad. Not much I can do. I apologize. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Hey, Raven X, thank you for the donation. Why the fuck do you guys have such less subscribers? We don't know. So, okay, there's certain things that we have figured out, which is a little bit odd. Um, we have like we have 200,000 views, 100,000 views. I think today we reached 7 videos that are over 100,000. We're above 2 million views in total. and our engagement on people chatting and leaving comments is much higher than anybody with at least 10 times the number of people that have subscribed. I don't know why our subscriber numbers are low. I think part of the answer is the demographic that likes us, which is between 25 to 35, tends not to do the whole subscribe, like, share thing. So we keep doing these call to actions. I think we just have to educate them a little bit more about doing this. But thank you for that question. Japman Singh, legends, wishing you more success in the future. Thank you, Japman Singh. We need all the help we can get. Please strike a deal with Netflix. This is from Ganesh Salyan. It will be gold. I can't say because we don't know where we are yet. Our intention would be to get on an awesome platform like Netflix and others. I think these platforms are made for content like ours, which can be a little bit more raw, which doesn't need to be formatted. We recently spoke to a few people that came to us, a few networks, and they're like, "Yeah, we like it, but we want you to cut it this way, and this way." And then all of this stuff that you said cannot be said, and then we want you to follow a particular format. And we were like, अच्छा तो फिर आप भी शो बना लो यार, हम क्यों बना रहे हैं? आपके पास 20 other series हैं food and travel के ऊपर, more famous people. तो आप बनाओ. I mean, this is not our game, right? We do what we do. All right. Bukhara or Indian accent? Which is more quintessential Delhi restaurant? And which is the most iconic Indian restaurant in the world? Oh, wow. Ayush Yadav, that is some heavy fucking set of questions, man. Bukhara and Indian accent are both good. Bukhara is traditional Northwest frontier food. And let me just put it this way, the food is good, but look, it's catered to somebody who doesn't want to venture out on the streets. Maybe right now it's a good time to go there. But if you have an option, get out to the gully kuchas of Delhi, right? That's where the food actually lies. It also has some food from further away, but Punjab and Lucknow. But so, no, I don't think it's a quintessential restaurant. It's a great introduction with white tablecloth, but I don't think it is a quintessential. Indian accent, I mean, they're on the cutting edge. The chef is on the cutting edge of what they're doing. I've had a few meals over there, but it's tapping a new frontier. Again, I don't think it's a quintessential Indian restaurant. There's Ga in Bangkok. There was Gagan's place. There plenty in New York and in London. Most iconic Indian restaurant in the world, I think Kareem's. I mean, like everybody who comes to Delhi, regardless of sort of economic strata, I think ends up going to Kareem's. So if you want to look for that experience, it could be Kareem's. I don't think the food is that good anymore. There's certain things they do well, but it's pretty iconic that ways. Hey, where the fuck is Shanky? He's the best part of the show, less pretentious and more caring. A fuck kind of guy. Bring that guy more often. This is Biswaran Kanya Mohanty. He's so Mohanty, he's Mohanty twice. Yeah, I'm sorry. क्या करें यार, वो हम दोनों का कनेक्शन एक साथ ट्राई कर रहे थे. The video connection नहीं लग रहा. Upload speeds are not good enough, so it keeps kicking him off. So we did the IG live, and maybe we can figure out a way that Shanky can do one of these sessions live on his own. He's definitely a lot more approachable for everybody here. It's not like I'm trying to be something different. This is just the way I speak. You guys see, some folks have a problem with it. Sorry, this is just the way it is. I actually like watching him more than I like, I prefer not to watch myself with these shows. Sid, COVID scene is pretty bad when markets are up, and when will the Fed stop printing? And Bomraz is Bomraz. Yes, shout out to Bomraz. Bomraz, I know, I spoke to him recently. He's shut down the place till everything is safe. Super good restaurants. One of my favorite restaurants in this country. The markets, the markets are, look, I think that's got to be because of the Biden administration's stimulus package. So to those that are not too particular about the financial markets, he's pumped a lot of money into the market, so there's surplus and people are feeling buoyant about it. And people are spending, they're stuck at home, right? So क्या करोगे? Online खरीदेंगे और अपनी जिंदगी जिएंगे. So yeah, I think I'll step away from the financial questions because it's tricky legal territory. Acha, all right. Try to cover Telangana. You'll find a lot more food things. I'm sure. India is such a vast country. यार कहाँ कहाँ plan तो हर कुछ cover करने का है, but we want to give थोड़ा justice करना चाहते हैं to make sure we can get it done right. So yeah, Telangana on our mind. I also like your language. Said you're not nasty, but outright correct. Sorry, I lost that question from wherever it was. I apologize. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Shanky Chicha on chat. Yeah, Shanky's on chat. Good. You all can chat with him. Hopefully he does this. We can get him on here soon. Gambit again. Your thoughts on MasterChef and Gordon Ramsay? So Gordon Ramsay worked with one of the greatest chefs from the UK, Marco Pierre White, and he comes from that sort of lineage of hard-assed chefs, right? Just brutal, kick your ass, break your soul, put you into a machinery, grind you out, and make sure you just get the job done. I think Gordon's sort of a tough guy image, and I'm sure he is. I've never met him but I think some of it is for television, some of it is staged. I find it near impossible to watch any of that. MasterChef, I don't like MasterChef either. It's not my kind of show. Hopefully, I haven't just said that and never got a chance to be a judge on there. Let's see. No, I like Top Chef. I think it's a great show. It's got food more democratized. More people are cooking because of it. People experimenting. People are playing with their food, which, as a child, everybody said, don't play with your food. I think play with your food. You get to experiment and try different things. All right, next question. Thank you, Himanshu Parikh. We are happy with the way you speak. Thank you, man. I like I said, this is not a scripted. We're not somebody else. This is who we are in real life. यही है, यही ऊपर से नीचे नीचे यही है और कुछ नहीं है. तो ये नहीं कि शो में हम लोग ऐसा करते हैं. My Hindi sometimes is shit and they get me enough drunk. My colloquial Punjabi, I'm not Punjabi by the way, Hindi is better. I have a fucked up accent and it changes, and I have this weird thing where if I'm back home in the US, then it's definitely from there. Even state to state, it changes a little bit. I think I grew up, because I've grown up all over the world in so many places, I just find myself adapting easier to wherever I am by echoing that accent. I think maybe that's the only explanation I've been able to tell myself. And there's a lot of people like me. It's kids whose parents were in the merchant navy, who traveled outside, or diplomatic service. You just find us with some weird accents. And it changes from time to time. If I'm in Mau, I sound like I've been in Mau forever. To talk a bit about your investment banking life. This is from Omkar Krishna Dharasurkar. I will keep it short because it's more about the show, not about me. It's Shanky and me and the show, but sure, I'll give you a little bit. I don't come from an investment banking background. I did more management and strategy than was in the corporate world as an executive. Was China management consulting is sort of more my thing. But it just parlayed into investment banking about 8-9 years ago. And then I've just been in that space. And when I say investment banking, this is not stockbroker kind of stuff. I'm not a day trader. I dabble, I have some fun every now and then with it. But mostly in venture capital, investing in startups and some private equity deals. So very opportunistic, very stage and sector agnostic. I think you guys might have to look up these terminology, but basically means we look at everything wide from all the regions. So I used to work for a family office in Hong Kong, and I just consult with them every now and then. At this point, because I've been in India for a year and 4 months, waiting to get back to China. Okay, the big focus. Oh, he figured out a way to lighten this up. All right. So to cover coastal region of Karnataka, would love to help you guys when you guys are here. This is from Harshit Venkatesh. Harshit, thank you. We get lovely offers. We get lovely emails asking us and telling us, let them know. We try to reach out to as many people as we can before we cover, because we like to know from them. It's like, in some cities, now if it's Delhi, I can be able to tell you more about Delhi because as a kid I lived there and I traveled back. Bombay, Shanky will be able to tell me more. It's a sharing of ideas back and forth. But in other places, we are completely on learning, right? We don't know anything about the place. We have certain ideas we can research, but it's all from the locals who give us or let us know where to go. So yeah, we always reach out. Um, all right, it goes back and forth. All right. Ritesh, Anand, do you think the low interest rate regime, which helps the developed world and automation AI flourishing, less skilled countries like India have even a remote chance of doing what China did? Guys, this is pretty heavy on the work side. I'll try to answer this question in a different way. Look, no matter what happens in the macroeconomic market, India will do just fine for a simple reason that we have a very young population. When this very young population migrates from a consumption to market, it means, they're very young, so they're not entered the market as a workforce. When they get into the workforce, they will demand more. They'll create an ongoing economy, and they'll increase it. So I think no matter what happens, India is going to look up and up just from the sheer number of our population and the age demographic of our population. So good days ahead, hopefully soon. Um, all right. Porota and beef with toddy. Oh yeah, where did you go? Sometimes it jumps, man. I'm still not very good at this. Somebody was talking about parota and beef in Kerala. Come on, with toddy, so good, so good. Ninad Ninad Kasture. Sorry if I butcher your names. Sorry, मेरे को थोड़े names. I mean, like Puneet Kumar. Hey, how are you? What's up, big fat focus? Thanks for stating the obvious, Puneet. Um, Kinad, how to join your team? Any chance? Right now we're full up, man. Right now we're not shooting, but we always want to strengthen up the team whenever we have to. Okay, I want to know how you got into. I already answered that plenty of times. How did you get? I just stepped into it. Opinion on the Bangalore food scene. I think you guys should put it in the comments. I don't know. All I can say about the Bangalore food scene from when I traveled there once in my life, that to 19 years ago, I went to a place called Bhima. I think it was the Bhima. And what I found amazing was it was all very corporate-y and shit. And then I was in a suit and all that jazz. And then the driver also sat down and ate with us. And then I noticed that there were people from all walks of life sitting and eating a fucking brilliant meal on I don't know if it's called a patal, it's the banana leaf. And to me, I went back there. I was there for about 9 days. I think I went back there for like 5 meals. I really liked it. I really like the pub scene, the bar scene. I found people a little bit more chilled out than in other places. It's not in your face. People are not overly aggressive. So I don't know, but it's been like 20 years. You guys tell me. We would love to go to Bangalore. And oh, one more thing. 10, like I said, 9.6% of our viewership. The second highest viewership outside of Bombay is from Bangalore. So we definitely want to cover Bangalore very soon. All right. What is the plan of the big focus in the future? Travel across India or explore other countries? Other countries to explore food. Both, absolutely both. The idea for us is to build a media company. Not giving out any secrets here. We want to have multiple different. Like the big focus covers here. Then we have another program that will cover a different side where we really enjoyed the experience with the Kunbi tribe, and we feel that more attention should be paid to that sort of content, and not in the sort of formulaic, patronizing way that a lot of people do and treat them like, they're specimens. I mean, we just go there and have a good time, and we think we should do more of that. Shanky talks about it very, very, very often, that we should be exploring more of our own hidden culture at different parts, and sharing it within the Indian world. I mean, within India and outside as well. Alrighty. Hey, I'm going to do marketing in UMass. This is University of Massachusetts. What do you think? Awesome school. Wait, this guy came with something. All right. Can't wait to see you guys in Nainital. This is from Mohit Joshi, Dehradun, and Rishikesh for a food review. Thank you, Mohit. I'm actually pretty close to Nainital in, I think, about 60, 70 kilometers, maybe. I'm in Sitla in Mukteshwar. But I don't think it's a safe time for us to do any food reviews. We like to keep everybody safe. The cases in Uttarakhand have increased quite a bit. Nainital is really badly. So I think we will have to wait for that, my friend. All right. Why do you think, this is from Vaibhav Joshi. Hi, Vaibhav. Your question is, why do you think India is small on tasting menus, even most of the popular 4 to 5 places? It can be a success in India. Atul, are you watching this? Atul is the owner of Spice Goa. This is a conversation I've had with a few friends. I absolutely think tasting menus should be a part of Indian restaurants, especially when you are in regional cuisines, because people don't know what to order. If they go to a restaurant and they see certain things written, like certain menu items, and nobody explains it to them, they're obviously going to migrate to something that they are comfortable with. So, and I think that is something which sucks, because there's so much to be explored. So if restaurant owners create tasting menus and explain what they're doing, explain the genesis of the dish, explain ki kahan se aata hai, kya masala hai, kaise khana chahiye. Again, I think please watch our episode. This question can be answered quite well by what's going on in the Spice Goa episode. Let's see where we are. Pleased to serve you. Ajay Sharma says, pleased to serve you Hyderabadi biryani. Thank you. It's I think one of my favorite varietals of biryani. Kanak Chopra, your logo is pretty cool. Do you guys have plans to launch merch? Yes, we do have plans to launch merch. We have actually got merchandise ready, some of it, but it just got to a distribution center, and we'll try to get it out to you as soon as it is safe to do so. Who's this? Denim Nicholas, are you a Scotch or bourbon guy? Yeah, both. I'll take both. It depends. Bourbon with not bourbon neat, unless it's a really, really special bourbon. I really like my bourbon-based cocktails. A good Manhattan and old-fashioned. I'll have those all day long. Well, maybe not all day long. It's slightly alcoholic. And Scotch, yeah, I'm a fan of. I think like a medium, not too peaty. I don't feel like sucking on a coal, and I usually have it with just a little bit of water. Not neat for me. All right, Hyderabadi biryani. Wow, Ajay, you are really on a thing with Hyderabadi biryani. All right, next set of questions. Which city in India do you think is the closest to having a food scene where the chefs are constantly innovating, competing with each other to make a mark? I cannot answer that question because I don't know. I haven't traveled the breadth and width of India. I'm assuming it's one of the bigger metro cities, but I could be making a wrong assumption. I do not know the answer to that. Maybe Shanky will be able to answer that question, and maybe he can write it down. Really good question though. Just from access to ingredients, it makes sense that it'll be the biggest city, but you never know, right? some smaller, cooler cities just have that vibe. Is Shanky here? Yes, he is. He's in the comment section. We had a problem, so we missed him. Any plans of opening your own restaurant anywhere in the world? That is from Tibzit. And what sort of food would you have on the menu? Sorry, no plans to open a restaurant. I worked in a restaurant. The last time I worked in the culinary world as an active worker was 1998 in Florida. And no, I do not have, I don't think Shanky either has any plans. If anything, we would invest with a few chefs, I think, who lifting and whose concept we really like, and we think we can help them in some meaningful way. Sibron Pereira, tell your career journey. I've said it a few times. I'll save it for another live session, my friend. Let's stick to the food for now. Mohammed Hassan, admire your vocab and personality. I'm from Rajasthan. You must try lal mas. We are Rajasthani, boss. हम लोग, I mean, partly Rajasthani है. Family traditionally मेवाड़ से है, और लाल मांस खूब खाया है, पकाया भी है. शिकारी गोश्त, I like शिकारी गोश्त, मेरे को वो पसंद है ज़्यादा. Saurabh Nikwade, how did you and Shanky become friends and decided to start the Big Focus? We are not friends. I completely dislike him. I would never be friends with him. So I don't know why I did this show. No, I'm joking. He's my cousin. I really get along with him. Both of us are very similar. A few years apart in age, but very, very similar in the way we look at life, food, enjoying passions are very, very similar. And we came together because we are so similar. And we thought, it'll be a lot more fun if we were doing this together. All right, T. You guys must try some exotic food, and that shit went away fast. I don't know who wrote that. I'm sorry. Yeah, always open for it. I'm always open for anything exotic. Looking at how much Delhi food culture has changed over the years, do you think it has reached a level where it can compete with New York City, London, Berlin as a global food city, or is it still lack diversity? Good question from Ayush Yadav. I don't think I'm well equipped to answer that question from Delhi's perspective. I actually know more about the food scene in New York, London, and Berlin. I have yet to discover outside the norms, right? So I grew up in Delhi. I don't live there. When I travel to India, I go to Delhi to see family. I tend to go to places that I've always known, and I just want like Kallu Ki Nihari, or I want to go to the Jama Masjid area, or I want to go to Colonel Kebabs, whatever the childhood, Kevinter's cold coffee, all of that jazz. New restaurants, I've seen Indian accent. From the literature I read and from the conversations I've had, I would not put Delhi, quite honestly, up against serious eating culture places like New York or London or even Berlin for that matter. Sorry, I'm on a really uncomfortable stool because we were trying to get the lighting right. And we did one session on Instagram, and I'm actually sitting on something this small, and my ass is fucking hurting. Himanshu Parikh, Marwadi Brothers, what's up, man? Represent. Shashank Jayakumar, screw you, Sid Mewara. Thank you, that's my brother. First, oh Jesus, oh, what happened here? Okay. Hey Focus, why don't you guys do dessert videos? I'm such a big fan. I love you guys. We love you too, Rohan, Srinivas. Yeah, Shanky doesn't like a lot of dessert. I like my dessert. Did we not cover a lot of dessert? I don't know. I think we'll have to watch the rest of the episodes. I actually forgot. Maybe we should. Good idea. Are you going to cover the food of Calcutta, Sid? This is from Sanjog Charan. Absolutely. Childhood memories of Bengali food. Bengali food has a strong influence on what we eat at home. when I'm visiting my mom or my mom's family, particularly. So yeah, Rudra Singh asked this question: Why do Indian restaurants add their own touch masala in Oriental, Chinese, continental food? Can't it be more authentic? I think the question comes down to surviving for them. There are places that exist that can possibly do completely authentic and still maintain that authenticity, and I think that should happen. And that's what I think sometimes India misses. Um, but for the wider audience, it just doesn't fit the palate, right? It just doesn't fit their palate. They want a little bit more masala. They want a little bit more range of flavors, and sometimes that's just not possible. With Chinese food, where the range is equal, if not more, in some cases, it's complicated because they don't want to eat pork, or they don't want to eat beef, or there's always some religious issue around it, or there is they find it exotic. What is amazing is everywhere I go, the other food is exotic to them, right? Indians find food like this is abnormal, which is not. Our food is as abnormal to the rest of the world, less of the wider educated travel world. As what do you think about them? Calcutta, yes, Sanjog, I already said that. Thank you. Please eat some vegetarian food too, you guys. Uh, yeah, I think goes too fast. All right, sorry, I lost you there. Oh, this is from Akhil Jain. It had to be from Mr. Jain. Please eat some vegetarian food. You guys love food lovers. You guys and Food Lovers TV are the best food bloggers in India. Yeah, I've promised myself I'm going to go look at one of these episodes of Food Lovers TV. Um, I haven't really seen it. One would think you would check up all the content in India before, but for some reason YouTube doesn't throw this up, and we never looked at this just as a YouTube content, right? For us, it's always getting to a network, and hopefully that will happen. Have you been to Japan, Anand Patil? Do you like Japanese food, and how do you rate it? Love your shows. I've absolutely been to Japan very many times. My wife has lived in Japan. I worked in Japan as in just going back and forth between Shanghai and Osaka. I love Japanese food. I think the level of sophistication of Japanese food is at another level. Everything with the Japanese, they put so much effort into the finesse of it, into the final product. So it really speaks when it comes to the food as well. Yeah, so love Japanese food. What's your favorite? All right. Do you watch Food Lovers channel? No, I do not. I will watch it. I promise myself. What's the most weird food combination you've had other than butter chicken and fried rice? Somebody told me once that we should try it, and I actually quite liked it. Was केले के अंदर केले के ऊपर हरी चटनी के साथ. I thought like what? And don't fucking knock it till you try it, man. Don't knock anything till you try it. So yeah, banana and hari chutney. Banana and peanut butter, delicious. But that's what finally killed, or helped end Elvis's life. Sid and Shanky, this is a question. Can you guys do a people with credit cards like model where you target certain class of people and not for the masses? YT numbers. This is a tricky question to answer. Let me put it this way. The idea for the show is to first enjoy it ourselves, to share what we enjoy, where we would like to go eat, and how we discuss things between us. Now, do we think that there's a certain kind of audience that watches our program? I'm pretty sure, at least from the metrics and the numbers we've seen, it seems to be like a niche market. So yeah, we'll keep, we are not going to change our style. There is no script or anything. So we will figure it out. But good question. Really good question. And I need to know, I see these ads of cred all the time. I'm assuming it's sort of a benchmark, higher price range, sort of premier service. And that's something that people have been telling us to do. We'll look into it. Thank you. Uh, Amar says thank you for your series on Goan restaurants. Goa, I believe, is the hotspot for authentic world food because of the expats who settle there. You're absolutely correct, my friend Amar Kumar. You get 100 points for that. I think, going back to the question earlier, also, I think Goa is possibly where you're going to see India's hottest food scene. It's just because the number of expats there, the people who want to try different stuff, the access to really good seafood and produce that you get in Goa, I think, is works really strongly in their favor. Wow, how many people have asked us about Food Lovers channel? I gotta watch it tonight. Okay, why don't you guys answer here? Do you think we are similar to them? Do you think Chinatown in Calcutta offers the best authentic Chinese food? I haven't been. I've Tenga, I think it's called. I went there as a child. I've looked and read about it, but I have no idea. As far as I know, they are mostly Hakka and Teochew, so the food is going to be particular to the Hakka region and Teochew region, which is a very specific kind. Naman said your monologue from Angry Sardar. Yeah, dude, producer got us drunk and said go at it, and we just had fun. And we weren't entirely sure if they were still recording us or not at that point. Midnight Anaya Scheller, Midnight Diner or Gourmet Samurai? Sorry, I do not know those references. I'm really shit with popular culture. Considering that we're making videos and we're trying to make a TV show and get a wider audience, I should possibly should know more about popular culture. I don't know these references. What's your take on fine fusion Indian cuisine? Go at it. Experiment. I think Shanky and I differ on this slightly. I think experimenting with food is a good thing, right? Playing with food is a good thing. You always want to try something new. And I've said this before, everything you think it is traditional was also experimentation from trial and error and mistakes. A quick story about trial, error, and mistakes. One of the most famous things you associated with celebration or something fancy or the wealthy, rich is champagne. The entire process of champagne was, or the original was by Dom Perignon, who was a Benedictine monk, and they had wine. And this can be cross-checked. You can always search up on YouTube. Sorry, on Google. But I think he had left the wine bottle and he put some sugar in it because it had turned really sour, and then he forgot about it in the catacombs or wherever. And then he went back, and then when they opened the bottle, it exploded, right? And then there was a lot of gas. There was carbonization. I don't know if there is a term. So that was a mistake that turned into something superb. I'm sure somebody left some cheese out there a long time ago, and it got all funky, and then they ate it. They survived, and like, holy shit, that's awesome. So yeah, food is experimentation. Fine food is just a different way of looking at it, plated up all beautifully. There's art in food. Why not? All right. How similar is Latin food compared to Southeast Asian cuisines? By Melroy Lobo. Melroy Lobo, good question. Latin food has a strong influence from Spain and Portugal. And obviously, Spain and Portugal have had a lasting impact on Southeast Asia in some regions. Filipino food has a strong, you'll see markers between that. Outside of that, outside of Philippines, maybe parts of Goa, obviously Macau, because of the Philippines, it would be less. So I think that's sort of limited to those regions. But yes, there are certain similarities. Try the local brew Hurak. It's actually Urrak, not Hurak. Samasuda, do an episode on distillation process. Simply loved your episode with Rocky and Mayur. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really good friends with Mayur. He's a super sweet guy. Rocky is a great dude. Mayur, I get to speak to him almost every other day. They're in Goa, lovely family. We really enjoyed shooting with them. We'll probably be doing something with them fairly soon. And Mayur doesn't really drink. Super healthy dude, vegetarian. People keep asking about that. He's truly vegetarian. Um, and Urak, yeah, our Goan friends, some of them might have seen me buying Urak from here. I think I got to have half the supply of Goa at some point. Urak and Nero. Feni, not so much. Okay, Virajit Reddy, thank you for the 100 rupees. You should do a series like Ugly Delicious on Netflix with Indian food. So you said being serious, having stayed in various countries, what's your comfort food? Thank you. Ugly Delicious, I think, is a well-made program. Sometimes they seem to go off the rails. The last season for Ugly Delicious seemed a little bit, for a lack of a better term, slightly pretentious to us, to me. But they're an excellent. I mean, it's all 0.0 productions, the same folks who make the other shows. David Chang's a stud. He's an absolute rock star when it comes to food, cooking food, sharing about it, sharing different cultures. I just thought the last season was a little bit, yeah. I mean, Chrissy Teigen in Morocco. I don't know. I mean, I think they were banking on the sellability of their casts, the guests, and I don't know if it always. Kate McKinnon, superb comic. I don't know how well that went. It just seemed a little bit frenetic to me. From various countries, what's your comfort food? I'll be honest, it's hard to say this, right? If I'm in India, then my comfort food is something Indian. I miss Chinese food because I've eaten a lot of that. When I'm in China, I miss food from Florida or from Houston, where my parents live. I wouldn't say there's any particular comfort food that sticks to me. I've got food ADD. I don't like eating the same kind of stuff. It's just there's patches and dishes from so many different cuisines that I love. Be Desi Traveler, thank you. Oh, love your show. Thank you, man. Um, Denim Nichols, you guys remind me of the two Canadian Indian fat boys who run Badmash. Yeah, I see the similarities, I suppose, in size and the way we speak a little bit. Yeah, those guys are rock stars. They're really cool. Their dad is really good. I've met the dad. I went to Badmash like 2, 3 times. It's a little bit different, but it's super exciting the way they make Indian food so accessible. Um, Great murals on the walls, and they're just fun characters. Yeah. Thank you for that lovely comparison. Ananya, thank you for answering this question. I guess Midnight Diner and Gourmet Summer are both Netflix series. Oh shit! Okay, yeah, Midnight Diner. Sorry. Oh, yeah, Midnight Diner, the Japanese series. I've just seen part of it. I really want to get into it, but it has been chock-a-block full. Yes, thank you, and for reminding me to go watch it. I will definitely go watch it. And Gourmet Samurai. Thank you, Anaya Scheller. Uh, what kind of preparation do your team do before the shows? What kind of preparation do we do before the shows? I mean, we do a lot of research. We try to get as much research as we can done on the place and the people and the kind of food we're trying to get our hands onto. What we don't want to do is to misrepresent something, and sometimes we end up doing that maybe by mistake, but we try to avoid that as much as possible by doing research. And then it's we've only done 2 seasons. We learn from whatever happened in season 1, so we try to apply that to season 2, and I think we hopefully get better from there. Both the teams were separate. They brought different skill sets. So just getting to know the team and working with them. Next question. Okay. This is from Arpit Bhargav. Thank you for the 100 rupees again. Anything that's any money that's coming in here will whenever YouTube allows us. We don't even know where this goes. We've never tried it before. Last 2-3 videos, काफी लोगों ने generously दिया. Our idea is to push everything that anybody donates to some of the causes that we're involved with at the moment. Trying to get food to the elderly in Delhi with some modern night friends. Shout out Modern School. So the question: you need to do more videos on alcohol you've had across the globe. We agree. Absolutely, we'll do that. Yeah, great idea. Thank you. Kenneth Ambrose, 200 rupees. Thank you. Very generous of you. It'll be passed on to the rightful people. Big focus. TV lovers TV. Food lovers TV is awfully long but well produced. Food lovers TV is awfully okay. That's the show that we're talking about. I get the Munchies vibe from your channel. Have you been to Milan? If yes, what are the must-try foods there? Okay, all right. Again, we'll thank you for that. And we've heard that people do get the Munchies vibe. Look, I've sort of seen Munchies for so long. We've seen Anthony Bourdain for so long. So all of these shows do definitely have an impact. Another show that has an impact or has an impact on the way we produce is Bon Appetit. We don't hide anything. We know where our inspiration comes from. So yeah, absolutely, we definitely have that slightly vibish thing happening from them. Have you been to Milan? Yes. So this show was born because I was sitting in Milan and Shanky was in the south of Spain, and then he said, "You want to come join me on a road trip to go eat?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So Milan started this whole journey, or Milan is part of the story. What to eat in Milan? I honestly have to. I mean, I got to eat at like some of the best places in Milan, just back to back to back to back. We were on a deal, and then a lot of people on that deal were like hardcore foodies. So I don't remember the name of the place. There's a sandwich place, Pescatore. I think it's called Pescatore or something. Pescatore means seafood or fisherman, I think, in Italian. And I think that's a wonderful restaurant. Really good sandwiches. Tried their is it a roasted squid or a fried squid sandwich, which is fucking brilliant. There was something in the arty kind of district that we tried out. Bistecca Milanese is obviously one of the most famous, and their saffron risotto is probably the most famous in Italy. So yeah, try that out. All right, guys, I think we've been at it for a long time. I'll answer a few more questions and then we'll wrap this up. Why isn't Shanky part of the live? He's always part of the IG live. We have a problem getting both of us because we're in two different places, and where I am doesn't have a very strong upload speed. So tomorrow I'm gonna call them and see if I can get an upload speed. But everything is fucking shut down. It's like lockdown 5.0 for a good reason. If they can do it remotely, which I think they should be able to, we'll try to increase our upload speed. Madhav Bhargav, definitely some Action Bronson vibes. I get that a lot. Thank you, I assume. Yeah, there's a lot of people who say that. I think we're just big guys with beards, and we like food, and we're unashamedly loud about our food. Though that dude has lost a shitload of weight. He lost 130 pounds, about 60 some odd kilos in a matter of a couple of months. I just saw him on Joe Rogan's podcast, and the dude is smashing it. And he did one or two episodes that I think they parted ways from Vice. It didn't work out for them. I think so. I might be wrong. But he's doing a damn new, good, fucking great series. It's a little bit different. It's a lot about him losing weight. So maybe that's something me and Shanky should do soon too. Maybe a whole season on that. Okay, Shamir Patel, Dishoom here in London, along with the Brigadiers, is a recommendation. Dishoom in Kensington is my jam. They do a Nalli Nihari biryani. I mean, what a fucking marriage. So you get this massive little handi-ish looking thing, which has got niharika flavor, but it's a biryani and it's got a naan ka cover on top with a bone sticking out. And you shake that bone, you get the bone marrow. Their drinks are fucking fantastic. So big love for Dishoom. I've got hammered in Edinburgh and landed up at Dishoom. So yeah, saves you from those missing curry nights. Burgers, best burgers in India? I don't know. I mean, I haven't had a lot of burgers here. All right, hi bro, vlogger T2 here. Lots of love. one collab. Hey man, please ping us on through email or something, and then we'll, our marketing team, and we'll get back to you. Thank you, and let us know what you do. Is the Michelin hype worth it? It depends who you ask. If you have a Michelin star, then it's not. It's absolutely worth it. If you don't, then it's not worth it. The jury literally depends on who you're speaking to. In some cases, it gets you places, more recognition on an international perspective. It is very Eurocentric, and they're changing now. Their Asia really features really well in Japan, in Hong Kong, and Singapore. But I still think it's still a bit more Eurocentric, and it'll change. All right, I'm going to do two more questions. This is Harshit Mehta. I think I answered Harshit's. I do watch a lot of food channels, and I came across yours one day ago. I've binge watched all the episodes. The food show is very refreshing. Look forward to exploring other parts. Thank you so much, Harshit. We're very proud of what we've put out, and there's still more to go, and hopefully keep doing this. Thank you very much. All right, one serious question, and then it'll be pack-up time. Shantanu Patil asked this question. What are your thoughts on the future of food business? Do you think there will be more cloud kitchens and food delivery businesses in the future? Yes, I think this virus, this pandemic has had will have a long-term effect on many businesses, and especially the food business. More and more people are comfortable working from home and eating from home. There's going to be some time until people get comfortable getting outside. So is there going to be a higher demand for places to deliver? Yes. Now, the economics in my head are definitely in favor of a cloud kitchen. When we're just talking about demand from a home ordering customer, right? A customer that orders from home. Obviously, the economics are stronger in the cloud kitchens perspective. For people who don't know what cloud kitchens are, it's like you don't have a store, you're not paying for a fancy shop, no entrance, no advertising up front. It's just somebody's kitchen. So the costs are much lower to rent one of those, and you can do multiple cuisines out of them. As long as they can maintain the quality of the food, I think they'll do great. Behroz Biryani, I think they're doing well. They just got funded by Tiger Global or something for the range of 200 million. I don't think the parent company is something different. I forgot their name right now. But yes, I think it's going to be really big. All right. Thank you, everybody. We've been doing this now for almost 55 minutes, and we had done an hour before on the other one. I am exhausted, thirsty. There's no booze. Gotta get something to eat. And good night. Thank you again. We'll try to do live sessions once in a while so we can answer some of these questions. Thank you. All right. Good night. Stay safe. Please support whatever charity you can around you. Try and safely help in any way you can. There's a lot of lists on WhatsApp going on back and forth about either somebody wants oxygen or somebody needs hospital bed. If you're sharing a list, please try and verify it. Please do your part to help, because when people are in distress and in a emergency, they're not able to do it. So we've been trying to do what we can. Please help those in need. Thank you. Good night. Keep watching. Oh, by the way, please like and share and subscribe. Our talking episodes, man. Women, children, everybody. And next episode is out on the 11th. It's Spice Girl. Thank you. Bye-bye.